Hey guys, I'm gonna be posting more now. I know I said that in my last video, but I guess I was still sorting things out in my life a little bit, and I feel like now I kind of know what I want a little bit more, so it's gonna be easier for me to post a little bit more because I feel like I have an idea of where I want to take my channel and everything. Sorry if I'm not making a full out edited video. This is just on my camera phone. I will be doing that. This is um, just a choice that I made based on the amount of time that I have today. Um, I really want to improve my video quality as well, but also I want to kind of make this channel a little bit more art based. So there's a lot of things that I kind of want to share, and I feel like it would be stupid not to use my platform as a way to do that because I felt I didn't really realize that this is such a great opportunity that I have that I haven't been really making use of because I guess I forgot that it had any value to have the ability to have people able to listen to you and hear you and see you. Um, I know a lot of artists they're really good and stuff, but they don't really have an audience or anything like that. So um, I feel like it would be like a slap in the face to all those people that wish that they had this opportunity, and I'm just not really making use of it at the moment. So I'm definitely going to change that. I want to develop myself a lot more musically and artistically, and I'm just going to figure out how I'm gonna present that in my channel. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun, and I'm healing more in terms of the trauma that's been going on in my life. So I feel like I have more focus to do that now. Before I felt a little bit nihilistic and really didn't see the point or the purpose of doing anything of that sort. But um, since I'm kind of just free in terms of what's on my plate, I feel like this would be a great outlet for me. And yeah, so um, I'll basically go into. I know I said that I was going to try to talk a little bit more about other things other than psychedelics, but I do want to share an experience that I had this week, and it was on 4acodmt. So I ended up taking anywhere from 50 to 100 milligrams. I didn't have a scale, so this was just eyed out, but it was a huge dose. And the reason why I took such a high dose is because I took a smaller dose 2 days ago, but it didn't really affect me that much, or I didn't really have that much of a strong trip. So I was a bit disappointed. So I thought that I would be a bit more satisfied with this, but I apparently took it way overboard, and yeah, it was actually overwhelming for me. So basically I was lying in my bed and everything was going all right, but then all of a sudden I got a wave of fear or feeling as if I couldn't control myself or feeling as if it was getting overwhelming, and then that kind of started to scare me, and then it got to a point where I began to feel like it was overwhelming, that feeling, and I didn't want to experience that, so I wanted it to stop basically. And right when that happens, that's when you know that you're in for a lot of trouble. And so I was doing everything I could to try to calm myself down and try to flush it out of my system. Like I was trying to drink a lot of water, and I was trying to like shove slices of whole wheat bread down my throat, and none of that was really working. So I kept just trying to keep myself calm, and I ended up trying to watch The Simpsons, but time was ticking so slowly. Like every minute felt like 30 minutes. So it was just unbearable. So it's like, how do you wait for it to go away when time has literally just stopped and you're just in hell for eternity? So I did something that I haven't done ever in my tripping career, and that was actually go for help, and that was to just my mom. I went into my mom's room and basically told her what was going on, and that I took that substance, and that I was having an overwhelming experience. So, and that I was scared and everything. And so basically, she was just helping me stay calm, and that's what I told her, that like the most important thing we can do is try to keep me calm, because basically I was feeling like I was losing control to the point where I thought I was going to be insane forever, and that I was going to like go on a killing spree, and that the only way to stop me from harming other people was to kill myself. and I thought I was just a complete danger to society and a danger to everyone around me, and um, just I felt like a ticking time bomb of some sort, and all of that kind of kept the anxiety going and everything, and I thought I was going to war and that it was the end of the world for me at least, and the end of my world, and that I was never gonna come out of this alive, and even if I did, I would never be the same person. And so yeah, that was definitely something very frightening for me and very scary, and it felt like it was never going to go away, and I was just trying everything I could to remain calm and try to distract my thoughts as much as possible to try to not dwell on scary concepts, because I was also thinking about this one guy in the UK apparently that had a psychotic episode from MXP, and he thought his mother was a witch and he ended up killing her or something, and I was worried that my fate was going to be the same, and I was worried I was going to like attack my mom or something, and but obviously you're not going to do that, because that was more of an OC, like a ramped up OCD fear, because I would get intrusive thoughts about harming people when I was younger, and then I would end up like hiding weapons around the house, like hiding kitchen knives and stuff, so I couldn't get to them, so I couldn't hurt anyone with them. And yeah, it was a similar a fear, but something that was just like overwhelmingly ramped up to the point where you thought it was inevitable that that was going to happen and you couldn't stop it. So that's what was really scary. And when that happens, you think, oh, okay, well, the only way I can stop that is if I kill myself so that no one else can get hurt. So it can get into um, really tricky scenarios and thoughts if you're not careful. And I originally I while I was going through this, I was thinking, oh, I'm definitely going to share this with people so that they know and that they can be warned that this kind of thing can happen and to be prepared for it. But then when I got out of it and it was over, I kind of just said, it's not a big deal. But I'm sharing it with you guys anyways, because I think I might as well keep that promise to myself about explaining what happened so that other people can relate, and if they go through a similar thing, then maybe they can have a more of a perspective on what they can do to get out of it, or that it will eventually end and it will be over and they'll be perfectly fine and not insane for the rest of their lives or whatever. But that basically was just what was going on in my head. And after 5 or 6 hours, it finally wore off. But that was that was like the longest bad trip that I've ever had. And yeah, I don't really know about my ability to handle long-lasting psychedelics anymore at high doses. I used to be a lot stronger mentally, but I feel like I've my sort of the armor's just kind of wearing thin, and it's harder for me to really maintain my um, endurance of these experiences. And I want to, because they're very fascinating, and that experience really kind of reset my perspective and value system, because anytime I have a near-death experience like that really shakes me to the core, it really kind of makes me rearrange what I feel is important in life. So I think it was a beneficial experience for me. It was just a very scary and trying one, and yeah, it's not something that I would be able to endure very often at all. I actually kind of dread going through that experience again, but I'm assuming that one day I eventually will, probably, and maybe I'll gain another new perspective out of it. But I just have to pace myself and kind of reflect on what I've learned from that, and go from there. So that was pretty much my experience. I really hope you guys kind of resonated with that, or kind of related to it. If you've had that kind of scary thing happen to you before, yeah, feel free to share it with me. And then just a little update on what I've been up to. I know my last video was at a tattoo shop. That one was in Brantford, and unfortunately they're going to be closing soon, because business isn't great in Brantford. So the owner can't really keep up the shop, so he's going to be working in some place in London. And right now I've just been looking for other places to apprentice at. I had an interview for a shop very close to my where I live. This one was in Burlington, and they knew the owner of the shop that I'm apprenticing in now, so we already kind of had a rapport that way, and they like my portfolio, since my portfolio is now really tailored towards tattooing, because I learned about American traditional designs and how to design them properly, and what makes a good design. So I have a decent portfolio that whenever I bring to a tattoo shop, they're relatively impressed by it. So it's not going to be a big problem for me to find something. I just got to be proactive and look. I'm still in contact with that other shop that I did an interview for. They're just we're just kind of playing it by ear, because we didn't know yet if things were going to be this bad for the shop in Brantford, but it looks like it's, things have hit the fan. So I messaged them back, and I'll see what they say. But either way, I'm still going to keep looking and still work on my art. Right now, I'm focusing a bit more on portraits now, because I was focusing for a long time on just American traditional designs, and right now I really want to improve my technical side, my technical skills with because portraits kind of tend to show like a really strong technical background. So I want to make sure that it's as solid as possible. So yeah, feel free to stick around, and I'm gonna brainstorm kind of what direction that I want to take this channel, and it's definitely going to be something artistic related and entertaining. And really, I want to develop my musical side too more. So maybe even start making videos with piano and vocals. Maybe, I don't know. I want to start trying to train my voice too and everything. I was doing that for a little bit until my depression kind of got the hold of me, and then I had to really focus on the essentials more. But yeah, I feel confident that this is going to be a fun outlet for me. So I really hope you guys stick around, and I will see you in the next video. So peace out.